Okay, so let's put some chair exercises together. I'm going to try and make this video just 10 minutes long, so that you can just literally come in, do a little bit of something and then leave it. It's just to progress us back into our exercise. If there's anything that you feel is too strenuous, then reduce it down or skip that little bit, but it shouldn't be too bad. Obviously when you're resting, you want to try and keep your legs elevated. You might find that there's elements of this workout that you can do sitting down on the floor with legs out long rather than sitting on a chair, and that's fine too. So just make it work for you. Maybe try doing the video a couple of times by following through, and then I'll send you a list of what the exercises are and you can sort of make it work for you. Spend a little bit longer in some areas than you might do if you were following the video. So you equipment wise, you're going to need a resistance band and a kettlebell. So we're going to use just a resistance band and a 4 kg kettlebell, so just nice and light, focusing on movement. So if you want to pause the video, go and get those and come back, then that's fine. Okay, so we're going to start with our warm-up. So we are going to start with just lifting our heels off the floor. So it's a little bit of ankle flexion and extension, and then we're going to progress the rest of the body. So 10 heel lifts, just lifting, squeezing the calf, just waking up the legs a bit. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we're going to progress that now. So we're going to carry on with those heel lifts for another 10, but we're going to have a little bit more body awareness. So we're going to sit up tall, brace our core, and then we're going to put a gap between our knees and try and keep that gap the same for the whole time. So we don't want to let our knees drop in or separate out. Okay, so bracing our core, lift and down. So we should feel that in our calves, a little bit of tension in our quads. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, still got that abdominal awareness. 9, 10. Okay, and then we're reaching with our arms, so totally opposite end of the body. Still got that abdominal brace, and we're lifting up. Try and think and feel with what's happening in the back, in those shoulder blades. So for 10, up, squeezing those shoulder blades, try and wake them up. 3, 4, now if I just was to reach up without thinking about my shoulder blades, there's no tension at all. I'm just going to slow that down again, so I'm slowing and I'm pushing, and I'm almost trying to squeeze my shoulder blades back down rather than letting them move up. So I'm pulling my shoulder blades down in my head and in my back, actually bracing them as I'm pushing my arms up. Okay, now we're going to do the side stretches. So we just can rest on the one side of the chair if you want to. We go up and over, reaching, trying to push this side of the body out to feel that stretch down. You can even sort of push into the chair. So what I'll do from here is I'll push into the chair with this arm whilst I'm pushing away with the side of my body. And then over to the other side. Reach over, then push into your chair but push away through here, so pushing. Okay, and then a little rotation, so you can hold onto the arm of the chair or onto your seat and just twisting round. So keeping our knees forward, twisting round, holding for a few seconds, coming back. 3, so not too much tension, a little bit of core awareness. 5, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Coming to the edge of the seat if you're able to, and we're just going to lift the knee up, tap it out, and bring it back. Okay, so we're going to do 10 each side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Over to the other side. 1, 2, so still bracing my core. 3, trying to think about my bum actually as I push my hip out. Am I using my glute? 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 10. Okay, so sitting back into your chair. My chair's a little bit of a bucket seat, so my bum's lower than my legs. So what we're going to do, lift the knee, and we're going to extend and squeeze that quad, and then lower it back down without touching the floor. So we're still elevated, still using the quad, and then up and squeeze. 2, 3. So imagine you're pulling your knee into your hip. 4, 5, 6. So I'm not arching over with my body, keeping myself up tall. 7, 8, 9. Might start to feel a little bit of achiness now. 10. I'm glad of the rest. Okay, swapping over to the other side. So elevate, up and squeeze. 1. So your toe does want to be pointing to you rather than pointing away for this exercise. So pulling that toe into you. 3, squeezing that quad from knee to hip. 4, imagine you're trying to pull your knee in. 5, 6, you might feel like you started to hunch over whilst you focus on your legs, so just sit up tall again. 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I'm going to take some time to stand up. So pushing onto the chair if I need to. So this is the sit to stand element, so just turn around. Now you might find that potty squats are better rather than sitting all the way into the seat, and that's fine. So the lower down we go into the seat, the more flexion we get in our ankle. So if your arms are out straight and you just need to do a little bit of a squat and pushing back, then that's fine. Or you can sit back into your seat. As my seat's a bucket seat, I'm not going to sit into it. I'm just going to hover relatively low. Okay, so for 10 reps, arms out, arms out. 1, 2, so I'm keeping my arms parallel to the floor, so they go slightly forward. 3, and focus on keeping my knees separated. 4, keep going. 5, and I'm just going to turn so we can see what's happening sort of with my feet and my knees. 6, so they're wanting to drop in. 7, and I'm having to sort of just keep pushing them out. 8, to keep them in line with where my toes are pointing. 9, 10. Okay, and now it's up to you. If you feel like you need to sit back down, we've got our 4 kilogram kettlebell now. Doing this as a seated exercise means that you're going to need to use your core a little bit more. So sitting up nice and tall, or you can do it standing if you want to. So halo, round, squeeze those shoulder blades, bring it back round to the front, eye level, and then back round. So even though it's light, I've slowed the movement down so that I can feel what muscles I'm trying to use. 4, 5, 6, squeezing those shoulder blades together as I go round. 7, 8, keeping that neck nice and straight, eyes looking forward, trying not to move the head. 9, 10. Okay, so that's your main section of your workout, and that is 9 minutes with my little chatter and stuff like that. So you can repeat that if you want to, or you can go into the arm focus and even just repeat the workout as a whole if you want to. So we're going to do a bicep curl. So again, I'm bringing myself to the edge of my seat this time, and I've got my resistance band, and I'm going to just stand on my resistance band, and you can either stand on one so that you've got the loop up here, and we're going to sort of hold it relatively close to the floor and then pull up, or you put your feet on both of the pieces of straps, lean forwards a bit, and we pull up. Now for me, this is quite a heavy band, so that's just too hard. Okay, so I'm up. I've got my elbows bent at 90 degrees. Now I want to be able to bring them up to there. I'm going to try and keep my elbows where they are, relatively so, and come up and squeeze. I'm just going to turn to the side to show you what that looks like. Okay, so 45-degree-ish angle forwards, bracing my core, hands on the resistance band without much tension at that 90-degree angle here, and then bring it up to catch that tension. So we're pulling here. Okay, my elbows stay down, I'm squeezing my hands up to my shoulders. 3, 4, if you can't feel it, just grab a little bit lower down, start that tension. 5, a little lower. 6, really important that we keep our feet on the resistance band. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and I'm going to get the kettlebell again. I'm going to put the ball at the top, reach overhead, bend my elbows, but I'm keeping my elbows close to my face. Now from here I'm going to extend up. 1, so this is my tricep extension. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? And that will be your 10-minute workout. If you've got more time and you quite enjoyed it, you might want to head back into the main section. But as I say, there'll be a list to follow of what they are. As you get a little bit more used to it, you'll be able to follow it without following the actual video. Let me know how you find it. Hopefully you find that useful and a good start to just getting back into sort of movement. But yeah, feedback is always welcome. Thank you.